to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. And welcome. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And today we are at step number 54 along the path. Yours truly, Bill Sklodowski, in rainy but clearing Gainesville, Florida. My friend, partner here in podcasting crime, Vicki Wagner in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Good afternoon. Normally we say good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
We were just talking before the podcast was starting. Everybody we know, except for you, Miss Vicki, everybody we know has a pretty big doctor's appointment in the next few days.
Yes, my husband has a hernia, so he's getting surgery.
Now I'm gonna plead ignorance on what is that just a strain, a stretch, a something?
Yeah, it's like a hernia. It's like stretched out, and and I don't know.
How does one get that? Because I understand like muscle strains and like if you're an athlete, like if I'm
or lifting.
Not an athlete, but if I'm playing pickleball, I understand my arm, my shoulder's strained. I understand, okay, too much pickleball.
Yeah, it comes from lifting things that are too heavy, or sometimes, it's just your body isn't as strong as maybe it should be.
Okay.
But his is from doing a lot of, outdoor work and stuff. And, so.
I almost laughed out loud when you said that, because your husband is having that, and then our old friend BJ Odom is having exactly the same surgery.
Yes.
2 days from now. Well, your husband's is as we record this is tomorrow, and then BJ's as we record this is in 2 days from now. And I laughed because I know your husband, and I know, Mr. Rick, he's out there working in the yard, and not the yard, in the, on the mountainside there. And for you to suggest that BJ Odom would be suffering from lifting too many heavy things, yeah, that's just not happening. So he's hey, what?
Okay, so maybe it's just like something physical,
that I know.
Not as strong as tied together as well.
Just the idea, just the visual of BJ lifting like lumber and stuff, like Rick does, I know he's got his four-wheelers and he's got his, he does the whole thing. So good for him.
Yep.
So anyway, he earned it.
Oh yeah, he's got his own workshop and does everything. So but he's 73, so I mean it's not too bad, So, but he's going to have to take it real easy for a while.
So I've heard, and of course, and then so there's that, and then you're the only one that's not doing it, because then I have my regular eye doctor appointment as we record this tomorrow morning, and then my eye surgery to actually finally, I'm setting the intention to finally complete the process with amazing success.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Keep that thought, keep that intention.
Last week I was playing pickleball, and pickleball has been a nightmare. For the last several months, it has been a nightmare, because with one eye focusing in a different kind of plane of existence.
Yes, I never thought of that.
I will take a swing at a ball and completely whiff a ball, and it's like, so I get, I yell and I laugh and I'm frustrated, and my friends are all like, it'll be okay, and I'm like yelling at them, you've got 1 month. When this gets fixed, I am killing. So all I'm saying is I'm setting myself up. It better be good.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you are, and I'm talking to our friends and listeners, if any of you are going through a health challenge or issue or repair job, maintenance of some sort, bodily maintenance, we feel you. We feel you. Yes. We're here for you, and we hope and trust that you set good intentions and do all of that for yourself as well. Because
yes, absolutely, you have to.
It's all in your head.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
in your brain and your mind and spirit and all of that stuff. It really is. So
Yeah.
yeah. So other than that, how you doing?
Great. Doing great. Thank you very much. I'm very fortunate. I really
Had
am.
a, had a good weekend. My lady friend and I went to St. Augustine, Florida. I'm here in Gainesville,
Yeah.
so it's just a nice little 90-minute drive over to the coast, and we had a
Yeah.
wonderful weekend. We ate a lot of really good food, and we
Mm.
did a lot of, well, I didn't do a lot. Somebody else did a lot of really good shopping. And I carried bags and things
Well,
like that. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
served
So
a purpose.
I served a purpose. I did. And yeah, yeah. It was I mean, St. Augustine is just a cool. I don't think I'd want to live there. It's a little, if you've ever been there, it's a little
Yeah.
touristy.
Yeah, it is touristy, but very pretty.
Very, very pretty, very nice. Lots of course, tons of history and all of that.
Oh,
And
yes. Yes, absolutely.
I this may I'm going to go to hell for this, but I'm going to say it
Yeah.
anyway. There's a church downtown. I mean, literally right on the square downtown. One of
Oh,
the old churches in town.
yeah.
They had a
Yeah.
banner out front for their new. I don't know if it was a Sunday school series or a new Bible study. I don't want to get in too much trouble. A new study group of some sort,
Right?
and it was kind of like how the end unfolds or something like that.
Oh,
And
yay.
I turned to my lady friend and I said, "That's quite a bold statement when you make it in a city that has been around for about 600 years."
Yes, a long time.
And I'm like, for some reason, I just saw I don't know, a juxtaposition there, a little oddness that struck me as funny. And like I said, I'm probably going to hell for that, but it's okay.
No.
A lot of my friends will be there. It'll be fine. So anyway,
Hey, have a party.
have,
The heck, I'll be there too.
there it's okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there that it's like and please don't tell me that I'm, not a good whatever. I understand. We all have our own beliefs in life. You
Absolutely.
follow whatever works for you and you do whatever works for you, and I am here for it 110%. It's, I am a live and let live, believe and let believe person.
Yes, I am too. Yep.
That's all.
Whatever you
That's it.
believe,
That's all.
that's good for you.
As
Yep.
long as it works for you, you
Hmm.
keep doing it. If it
Absolutely.
doesn't, maybe you want to look around and see if there's anything else that works for you, but that's okay, never mind.
Don't go too deep.
Don't go too deep. Don't go too far off the deep end with that one, even though I already have. Anything that has occurred to you in the last week or so since we've last chatted? Lessons, teachings, little something, little nudge from the universe here or there? Anything that's come across your desk? Whatever.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
kind of quiet for me lately.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I can't say, too much. No. I feel for me personally, I think I'm, getting more level, as I've said before, with the building that I was in got burned down, and
Right?
that was very traumatic. And I feel this past couple weeks I've kind of mellowed out and accepted, okay, this is the way it is, and
Okay.
just relax with it and go, well, find something, else that you want to do. Or I read a lot, I walk the dog a lot. you know.
I hear you. I
I
hear
don't
you.
clean the house too much, so maybe I could do that.
It's a little small place. It doesn't need a lot of cleaning, but I hear you.
No,
That's fine.
but more it's emotionally I've leveled out, which is good because it's been tough, and
Yeah, I hear you. I
yeah,
hear you.
yeah,
I think that's as good a thing as we can. That's a good thing to probably be for a lot of us because I
yeah.
think there's a lot, of course, nowadays, and of course we've talked about this before, that it's a pretty crazy world out there right now.
Oh, it's challenging.
Pretty crazy. Lots going on. And some of it you love and some of it
Mhm.
you hate. And there's very little in between, I have found.
Mm,
That for a lot of folks, it's hard. I don't know. You'll help me with this when I spit it
oh,
out. It's not hard. It's challenging
yes.
sometimes to just let things be,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yep.
And I think if we could offer any little, advice or wisdom or help on that, it's like not everything that happens to you in this life requires a strong opinion.
Yes. Hmm.
And I know in the social media world, in the TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Oh,
Twitter world,
yes.
that having a level-headed opinion about something gets you nothing, gets you no likes, no thumbs up, no love, no whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I recognize that there's every incentive out there to be as out there and on the edge and outrageous as you can. But real life doesn't need that.
No, I like it to be a little more even. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What would you suggest, if you might, if you could, maybe for some of our friends and listeners about who think, nah, I get it. There's some things maybe I don't need to be.
Right.
What can we offer in terms of a little more mindfulness to be just aware of that, to say, yeah, it doesn't raise to my level of need here.
Right. I think just stepping back from it and looking at all the pieces and going, okay, do I, look at this from the perspective of what can I learn from this? That's the most important thing.
Always.
And if you feel something, feel it, get it out, and then again step back maybe one more step and go, okay, let's look at the bigger picture now. Because it's okay to feel it. It's how long do you want to stay in it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what trips us up. It's
And
we
what do you want to do with it?
And what are you going to do with it? How is it affecting your life? Is it making you, more aware,
Right.
going deeper, or is it, charging you up and, making you angry? And of course, that's going to affect everybody and
Right.
everything. Even, of course, being, level and everything's going good, you're going to affect people that way too. So you got to ask yourself, is it really worth it?
Yes. And the reason I added that idea of what are you going to do with it
Hmm.
is that sometimes, for me, a lot of times,
Hmm.
I don't have to do anything with it. That's the
Right.
that's the beauty of it. That's the magic is this thing happened out there
Yeah.
and maybe it was literally in my neighborhood. Maybe something happened to me today.
Hmm.
Maybe not. Maybe I turned on the news and something outrageous happened on the other side of the world. My question is the same. What do you need to do with that? And
Yeah.
I feel strongly that if you really give it a little bit of thought, a little bit of feeling,
Mhm.
like you said, bigger picture,
Bigger
the
picture.
answer is you don't have to do anything with it. You can
No.
just let it be.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a song. You can just let it
Let it
be.
be. The Beatles had a song like
I
that.
think they did. I've heard of that. That was the band that Paul McCartney was in before he did that Wings thing. Boy,
Yes.
that if you get that reference, folks, we can be friends. That's setting the Wayback Machine.
So the other thing
Yes,
you can do is look at it and send out, if you believe it, sending out prayers or sending out good intentions. What can you do in your circle, to maybe bring some more joy into it, to
right,
bring some happiness into it? Maybe, talking with a friend about it and, just breaking it down and, learning from it, growing from it.
right,
Because if you and I've been guilty for the past year that I've held on to this pain of losing, my business. And more and more I just got to go, what, it's what it is. I can't change it. What did I learn from it? How thankful I am that I actually, everybody got out of there.
right,
I turned it around to maybe it was just time, just time to, the universe said, you know what, it's time to let it go. I don't know. So,
right. And that's a big piece of it too, is that some things we can know and other
mhm.
things we don't know,
Right,
or at least we don't know right now.
right, right.
It might Something might change in the
Oh,
future. Something might come along. Now, with you and the business and all that, I don't expect that it will. It's just something happened, and now
it's,
you have to grow from that. But
yes,
for a lot of us, some things will happen, especially in relationships and things
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
And then something else will come along and you'll go, oh, this now it makes sense that I had to do this, this, and this in order to get here.
Right. Yeah.
So, and
Hmm.
I think being open to the possibilities, that's important to me.
Yes.
That's super
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
My lady friend this weekend, we were talking about that, about our
Hmm.
pasts, relationships, past lives, past marriages, past whatever.
Yes. Hmm.
And I said, isn't that a Garth Brooks song? We're doing songs today, apparently. God bless the broken road that led me to you. Right? Isn't that a
Absolutely.
Garth Brooks?
I think it might be.
I think it is.
It sounds familiar.
Might
You
be Alan Jackson. I don't know. I'm not a country music fan. I'm a country music fan, but not an expert. So anyway, but yes, that
yeah.
you're going to take and we are on the practical path. We talk about that on the path, that one stepping stone leads to the next. But sometimes it's like you don't know where you're going to go. All you get is the next step.
Yes. Hmm.
I think
So,
that's just a good thing. That to me, that just sounds like a good attitude about most everything in life.
right. And the next step or the next path, you're taking, leave yourself open to, okay, what's out there? What can I see? What can I feel? What can I do with this? Is it an
Mhm.
opportunity or is it just kind of like a warning sign, and being just aware of, what's going on around you and picking the pieces that feel good for you. And if there's other pieces, that maybe not, just go, well, I'm just going to step back and, avoid that one and,
Right,
go around it. Because
right.
that's what life is. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you have an idea what you're going to do, yet things happen, and
Every day.
you just
New stuff happens every day.
every day. Yeah.
And
And
yes, the more you can just go with it.
yes, go with the flow. Just like being in water, you kind of float with the water and it takes you where it needs to go,
Right.
go.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I know that's something you and we're running late. I wanted to get a mention in there about you and you mentioned your business. So I
Yeah.
wanted to get a little plug in there for your business because that's something you do with people is to help them go with the flow of what's flowing in their lives
Nice.
and
Yeah.
not to fight against the current so much.
Yeah. And
So
see it from a higher perspective.
if somebody would like to talk to you about that sort of thing, that's something you do for people all the
Yeah, I
time.
do.
I know. I know. How would somebody get in touch with you if they were interested in doing that?
Oh, I'd love that. They can call or text
Mhm.
239-248-0586 or email me at Vicky, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
All of that, of course, will be. Oh, and if I don't mention my channel, then I get spanked. So yes, you can go over to YouTube and take a look for Bill's iPhone tips, and you'll find all my latest videos there and warnings about how to not get scammed and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yes. Boy,
And
that's
all of that information is in the show notes. If you would like to check on that, we would love for you to take
mm,
advantage of that sort of thing.
yes, please.
It's funny. I was talking with a friend the other day about how AI is taking over the
Ah,
world and all of that stuff. And he
yeah.
said, well, why are you even doing your own videos? Why don't you just have AI do your videos for you? And I'm like, and I got halfway through going, no, you can't do that. And then I went, wait a minute. And I started with some ideas. And next thing you know, I had like a half a page full of notes, some ideas and stuff. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
damn it. Now I got a whole nother project to do. I know it's crazy. I know. But nobody will ever replace AI will never replace human intuition. Ooh, I love that. That's a good jump in.
yes, that is.
I know.
Yeah.
Let's
Hmm.
take a 2-second break. We will come right back and talk more about that in a moment. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show. We're back, and we were just getting off on an idea there about the whole thing about human intuition. Isn't that interesting? I mean,
Yes.
you can program AI to respond to questions and to even kind of sort of do a little quote unquote creative work.
Okay.
I don't know if it's creative or not.
Yeah.
I've heard some music and songs composed by AI, and it's
Oh.
cute and interesting.
Oh, I didn't know they could do well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, it can do everything. Can do everything.
Yeah.
But the intuition part of it, that's I mean,
Mhm.
we might be on to the last piece of what makes us human here in terms of the machine won't ever, well, we hope it won't ever replace, right? Our
Yeah.
ability to know what feels right for us versus what doesn't feel right for us.
Mm. Yeah.
Reason I mention that is that there's been a couple of articles about people starting to use AI as their therapist. And it is as dangerous as
Really?
it sounds. Yes. And it
Oh
is as
my
crazy and dangerous as it sounds because most of the AI things that you talk to, I mean, there's
God.
ChatGPT and there's Gemini on Google and there's Grok if you are on Twitter and all of those things,
No.
that if you tell it, hey, ChatGPT, I'm thinking of taking over the world. And it will come back and go, what a great idea, Bill. Have you thought? And it, it will kind of support you in whatever crazy idea you happen to put out there. I know.
Oh,
Look at that. Vicky's face is like,
I know. I'm
yeah, she's making that surprised emoji there. She's
confused.
making
Yeah,
that
my
deer in the
jaw's down
headlights
to my
emoji,
chest.
right? She's making that deer in the headlights emoji, if there
Oh,
is such a thing.
wow.
And, but that's the problem. And
That is.
that a lot of these AIs, they're programmed in a way that they want to be helpful and supportive and all of that stuff. They want to answer your questions. That's their job. But if you give them weird questions or suggest unusual things, they just might come back with something equally wacky.
Wow.
Reason I mention that is just what we were talking about before,
Yeah.
that hopefully we can convince our friends and listeners that it's like, no, your own intuition still counts, still matters for
Oh,
something,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
And what do you, when you're talking to people, when you're talking, I don't know, friends, clients, whatever, I
Hmm.
mean, how do you help them with that to say, no, the things that you're feeling, that matters.
Yes, absolutely. It matters. A lot of what I get is when I get into that space is it's just funnels through me. And people will say, do you remember when you said this? And I go, no. I said, I'm glad you do, because it just comes through.
Right.
And I'm just speaking and I'm not thinking about it. I'm just allowing. And that's what we should trust is like you're saying, our intuition and our knowing of what, needs to be done. And so people are being controlled with this AI. They're being like robots
Absolutely.
and they're not trusting themselves. They're trusting a machine.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny, not funny thing is that the computer, the AI is getting more human and we are getting less so,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
weird, but kind
Yeah.
of the way it's going.
Oh, no. I'm glad
You
I'm
mentioned that when you are working with someone that a lot of times things will just kind of, however you choose to say it, they'll just come to you. This just pops
it's
into my head.
yeah, it's like channeled.
I know I sent Vicky a text the other day over the weekend of a picture or something, and she said, "Oh, this just came to me. This means this, this, and this." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I don't, is it right? Is it wrong? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's another opinion, and I'm looking for more information and more input. And it's like, "Oh, okay, cool. I hadn't thought of that."
Right.
That's
Yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say was though that we can do that for ourselves, can't right?
Hmm.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
basically how humans
absolutely.
work.
Everybody can. It's learning how to trust it.
Say more.
Well, when you get information, I think we're trained to listen to other people. And we forget that we need to trust ourselves, listens to ourselves, trust what we know is right for us, what makes us feel good, what doesn't make us feel good, and listen to it and follow it. So, but a lot of, unfortunately, I think there's so much electronic stuff. I mean, we got cell phones, we got computers, we've got, all these things. And it's like we're allowing them to control us. And I'm the same way. I mean, it's like, my phone, it's like I got to put it in the drawer so I, start to do other things because it's an addiction.
Yes.
It's like an addiction. And we get addicted to, certain things. And we can even get addicted to allowing AI to run our lives instead of going, well, this is what I feel. What they're doing is they're hearing it. How does it feel? Does it feel right to you? Do you trust it? Does it make sense to you?
And when you say feel, I'm just asking for a friend, as they say. When you say feel, you are talking about actual physical sensation, yes?
Yes. Yes. Right. When I get chills, to me, that's absolute truth. And I trust
Someone
it.
may not have had the experience or practice that you do, and yet, now that you've said it, I would suggest if you do something or say something or someone says something to you
Mhm.
and I'm talking to again our friends and listeners,
Mhm.
somebody says something to you and inside, your gut, you go, yeah, absolutely. All right,
That's right.
there's a clue. Now do the next thing. How does that physically feel? What do I physically feel with that? And I know for me,
Hmm.
I kind of have uh, um, a feeling in my heart, almost like in the cartoons, and the Grinch's heart blew up 10 times. I kind of have that feeling in my heart that it's like, oh, there's warm. I can feel things. It's like, oh, it
Yes.
feels stronger there. Cool.
Mhm.
Okay, good. I get that.
Yeah.
It's going to be different for everybody. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Hmm.
But I think our message, our encouragement here today is to find out what it is for you
Hmm.
when when it feels right or when it feels not so right.
Yeah.
How does that physically, and I keep coming back to that physical thing
Oh,
because
yes.
your body knows these things. I mean,
Oh, it
just
does.
reacts in a way that
Yeah.
your brain can think its way in and out of
Mhm.
anything.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And the body also will give you a heads up if it doesn't feel right. For me, it's like I kind of get like a slight nauseous feeling. And it's like, ugh, this doesn't feel
Right.
good. I'm just going
Right.
to step back, clear it out and go, okay, what's going on? What's the bigger picture? What should I be looking for? Searching. So your body does talk to you. And like for me, like I said, if it's absolute truth, it's chills. If it doesn't feel right, it's like a nauseous feeling, or like I feel like I'm going to withdraw. So
Right.
everybody has their own ways, most likely. I mean, maybe some have the same ways, but figure out, and really tune in. If it feels right, how did you feel? How did it
Hmm.
get your attention? And if it
Hmm.
doesn't feel good, how did it get your attention? You know, so.
And yeah, and that's easy, not easy, but there are ways you can remind yourself,
Mhm.
like and we always talk about, we don't always, but we've talked about in the past about taking a few minutes each evening to reflect on the day. If you
Yes.
want to write a few things down, that's fine too. And this
Write
would
it.
be helpful with that to say, all right, I did this thing today
Hmm.
and it felt like this.
Yes.
Felt good here, bad here,
Hmm.
nauseous here, whatever,
Yeah.
and then, okay, cool. How did that work out? Right?
Yeah.
In other words,
Right.
so it helps you connect the dots, basically. It helps you
Yeah.
connect the dots between I felt this and this happened, or I felt, or this happened and I felt this. They go either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that lets you kind of start to map out your own process.
Absolutely. Yes. And that's a good, mapping it out for yourself and
Hmm.
what feels right, what doesn't feel right. Trusting yourself, listening to yourself, respecting yourself.
As Vicky would say, being your own best friend.
Absolutely.
But it's true. I mean,
That is. It's true.
if it's your best friend, they're not going to give you bogus advice. At least they're not going to be your best friend if they do. So assume that you can get, not assume, know that you
No,
can get the same from yourself.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really, it's important.
It
And
is.
again, to me, that's a lot more valuable than asking some computer what I should do next or whatever. What
Right.
feels
Yeah.
right? What doesn't feel
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's a whole science of that, of I think it's called kinesiology,
Yes.
where
Mhm.
you can test people's actual physical reaction to things,
Yes.
the way their muscle
Huh?
reacts to something with a positive statement or a negative, something that is true or not true, and you can
Yes.
test, and your body will. I've seen it done 1,000 times, so
Mhm.
don't argue with me that it doesn't work. I have
Oh,
seen
it
it a
does.
1,000 times
Hmm.
that you can check how true the truth
Right.
of something for you,
Right.
for yourself,
Yep.
with those kinds look it up on YouTube. There's all kinds of great videos and
Oh,
tests out there and all sorts of things.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's great. And also that triggered a remembering that if you take your thumb and your finger next to it
Right.
and touch it,
Right.
take your other hand and take your finger and pull on it. If it's
Right.
true, it's
Right.
going to stay locked. If
Right.
it's false, it's going to come apart.
Two okay. So I'm holding my fingers up. I know nobody can see
Yeah,
it on the
nobody
thing,
can say
but two okay signs back to with
yes.
interlocked like that. And then
Yes.
yes, pull apart. And if you can pull it apart, that's a weakness. That
Yes.
means, and say it, say the thing that you are
Mhm.
checking, testing,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Right.
If I put my fingers together and if I, something simple, my mother gave me the name of William, tight, tight.
You
My
can't
mother
break
gave me
it.
the name of Mickey Mouse, not so much.
Yeah.
It pulls
It,
apart,
it pulls apart. And I use
there's
that all the time. And it's
right.
amazing. It is on target every time.
I am part of a group in
Hmm.
St. Pete, Florida that teaches that and uses that in a whole self personal development kind
Hmm.
of uh, experience.
Yes.
And we use it for big things,
Oh, yeah.
big stuff in life, not just should I have the chicken or the fish for dinner, but you can do that
You
too.
can do anything. Yeah.
You can do it with anything. What's the most healthy? What's my most healthy alternate? My most healthy thing to chew? Now, yeah, my brain. I'm wondering if my brain would override that if I suggested pizza. That would be. I don't want to check that. I don't want to know the answer. Had some really good pizza in St. Augustine this weekend, by the way. I'm happy to report. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Never
Yeah.
mind that. Let's take a quick break. Go refill your coffee or do whatever you need. We've got a great an article to talk about. I'll just I'll promo it by saying when we come back, how you have to teach people how to feel about you.
Oh,
I
I like
know.
that.
I do
Yeah.
too, and
Hmm.
we will be right back. Welcome back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And you are along the path on step number 54 today. We appreciate you being with us. We
Yes.
were just talking, Vicki Wagner and I talking here live and direct this morning. If you are interested at all in learning about the services that Ms. Vicki does for people, which is to help exactly with the things that we've kind of talked about in learning to trust your own intuitions and your own feelings and stuff like that. That's something that you do a lot with folks. How would somebody get in touch with you on that?
Well, they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
There you go. And yours truly's videos on
Mm.
iPhones, iPads, and computers are all online at Bill's iPhone Tips. Just go to YouTube, look up hashtag Bill's iPhone Tips. That's the kids do the hashtag thing. I don't know what
Yeah.
that means, but it sounds good.
And
So
you have great information.
there you go. Thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Yes, I know. We do what we can. We
Mhm.
were talking about all kinds of different things here, but I do want to move on to this one, which is it's a video I saw with a I don't know if he's a psychologist, psychiatrist. I never know the difference of them or whatever, but he has a lot of personal development kinds of things in his tool bag.
Yeah.
And a video that I recently saw is called "You Have to Teach People How to Feel About You," which is
Mm.
weird, but
Yeah.
true. I
Oh,
know, right?
that
Which
makes
means basically, and I've heard this before, especially in business and stuff like that, is you have to kind of you train the people around you about how they react, respond to you, how they relate to you,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we've got a few ideas here. Let's see, one, two, three, six, seven, 8 ideas. Here we go. We'll be
Okay.
we'll be brief about this. So here we go. Number one, first impressions absolutely matter, but you get to control them.
Oh.
People initially see you as a blank slate. They form judgments basically on a number of things like appearance, dress, posture, and demeanor.
Mhm.
But it is important to know that these can be planned in advance. So you can set up a positive first impression before any conversation even begins. So if you show up, and
Mhm.
again, this can be business, this can be relationship, this can be friendship, this can be whatever. If you go to the party or whatever, you
Right.
can show up dressed nice, well put together, shaved if you're a guy or, girl, hair done nice, whatever. But especially, I like the demeanor part of it is
Yeah.
like, and I think about that a lot because, well, yours truly has quite the superpower when it comes to sarcasm. So I need to occasionally rein that in
Mhm.
when I'm relating to people to talk to them and get the ball rolling on things. So again, people see you as a blank slate and they form judgments kind of like, quickly on a
Yeah.
whole bunch of things. Again, appearance, dress, posture, demeanor. I love that
Yes.
one.
Yes.
But you're in control of all that stuff. You can make it anything you want depending on how you show up for people.
Right.
Yeah. I love that. Number two, and these get a little more deep as we go. Number two, every interaction teaches people how to feel about you, how to feel. And we've been talking a lot about feelings today,
Oh,
about
yeah.
how that matters.
Hmm.
Beyond words, it's your non-verbal communication that shows people how they should feel about you. And we're talking about tone, body language, eye contact, all of that. The
Yes.
goal is to leave others with a consistently positive impression. Of course it is.
Yes.
But again, the non-verbal stuff, how you connect with people, and again, that can be relationship, that can be job, that can be anything,
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
No,
Yeah. Hmm.
one of the things you're good at when you meet somebody, everybody's your friend.
Yeah.
My lady friend Mary is like that too. I mean, I have to drag her away from people, or she would stand there and talk to somebody that she's never met before. She would still be talking to him an hour later. I'm like, why? Look at the time. Gotta go. So anyway, but that's a good thing. That's
The
that's a
thing.
good thing.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
So again, nonverbal communication.
Yes.
Important, just as important as the actual verbal stuff, body language, tone, eye contact, and all that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how you approach someone, when you first meet them,
Mm-hmm.
act with
Mm-hmm.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I love that. I love that. And again, this is not, you're not doing it just to be you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to so that as others see that from you, it's like, oh, this is now we know how to relate to this person. Now we know how to communicate. Now we know what to expect in
Right.
advance. Yeah,
And to
yeah, yeah.
make them comfortable, you know,
Yes.
because going into a situation like that where there's a lot of people, that can be kind of stressful, so, just finding some little something, to start, getting them feeling comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
oh, what
Mm-hmm.
a pretty dress, or, oh, I love your hairdo, or, oh, your suit is so nice, to kind
Right.
of, to make it inviting.
Which goes to number three, which is assume interest from others. Assume that they will be interested, in other words.
Yeah.
Like a shopper entering a store, people would not engage with you if there wasn't at least some curiosity or openness. Of
Yeah.
course, right?
True.
So begin your interactions with people with a mindset that others already have a level of interest instead of assuming you'll be rejected.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How many people have that well, I'd go to the party, but nobody will like me kind of a thing. It's like,
Yeah.
really? Why don't you go and assume they'll be interested?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Look at it
get to choose
positive.
that. You
Yes.
get to choose. So,
Yes. And that is our responsibility to ourselves is we choose how we're going to approach someone,
mm-hmm.
how we want to be received.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
when you,
again, it all goes back to all the other stuff that we talked about, the
yeah,
first impressions, the nonverbal stuff, all of that. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. I do. I do. All right. So this one, it says, this is not a business idea, but I'll say it this way, believe in your product. By the way, your product is yourself,
Yes. Yes,
right?
we are. Yeah.
A great salesman knows his product inside and out and genuinely believes it is the best option for the people he is selling it to. Similarly, you must cultivate authentic self belief, which naturally communicates confidence to others.
Yes.
And I think Miss Vicky would say that comes from being your own best friend.
Yes. Hmm. Absolutely.
But again, when you, again, it's all, again, back to the first impression thing, or at least you believe for yourself, and that's the only thing that matters, is that you have something that you can bring to the party, so to speak. You can bring to the conversation, you can bring to the relationship. You have something to bring to it, and it
Yes.
has value for other people.
Yes. Hmm. And with that energy that you put out, they're going to feel it long before you say something.
Right?
Yes. Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that. So, but yeah, it's really, again, and these things do build on themselves. So it's like, we
Oh,
started
yeah.
out with the way you look, the way you dress, the way your
Mhm.
tone of voice, your
Oh,
body language, all of that stuff. Those are the things that happen even before you speak one word, right?
oh, yes. Hmm.
Now, when you do start maybe to communicate with people, then, like we said, we can assume that others might be interested in hearing that. And
Hmm.
by the way, he didn't mention this, but I'll throw it in that the best way to do that is just ask questions about somebody else.
Yes.
You
Yes.
don't start volunteering your own story. Talk about their own,
Bring them
ask
into
them
it.
about something,
Yes.
whether,
Absolutely.
and I know, and I don't mean, well, how about that weather out there? No, no, no. It's
No.
like, tell me the last great vacation you had. Oh, you went to St. Augustine over the weekend, Bill. Tell me about what was the best part of it? What was what was the best thing you did? Okay, cool. Yeah, I get it.
Bring some interest, some enthusiasm, some support, you know,
Right,
making them maybe they're, feeling a little, stand backish. So as you, engage with them, they're gonna, hopefully soften up and realize this is, a new friend or,
right.
new,
A
you
new
know,
connection, at
a
least.
new
Yes.
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's just all about the openness and the all of that stuff.
Right.
And I guess we should add in there, and I'm looking ahead there just to make sure that I don't spill something that is coming up and I'm not, that remembering that it's not all about you.
Yes.
It's not, if you want to, be a friend to somebody or whatever, then you have to be more other person focused on them. So yeah,
Right.
that's a good.
Yeah.
Don't start talking about your own stuff. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, that's believe in your product, and your product is you. Number
Yep.
5, again, kind of business related, but not really. Sell feelings, not just facts.
Yeah.
Sell feelings. Facts alone do not persuade. People respond to how those facts are framed. For example, a lightweight vacuum is not just 6.2 pounds. It's easy to handle and efficient. You must show people why your qualities are valuable.
Hmm.
My favorite one on those is, and of course I'm, a guy, so I like my cars and my trucks and all that stuff. But
Sure.
you can, and that's a classic car salesman thing. A car salesman can open the hood and tell you, oh, this thing has 400 horsepower and blah, 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 blah. Great. Wonderful. Who cares? Now, if the salesman goes, imagine what your friends are going to say when you come roaring down the street the first time in this thing. And, it's like, I can give you facts and figures all day. It's
Yeah.
this size, this many horsepower. It has, leather seats and has AM FM radio, whatever. Or you can couch it in a way that same information. How does
Right.
it feel to you when
Yes.
you are interested in that sort of a thing, right? Again,
Yeah.
facts don't persuade. People respond to how the facts are framed as feelings. How are
Yes.
you going to feel when you do this thing? How are you going to feel if you don't do this thing?
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah. 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 So here we go. So your husband and our friend BJ both going for a similar surgical procedure this week. It's
Hmm.
like we could give you the facts and figures on, oh, this will be, you'll have this, and this will do, and this will be better. No, screw that. You're going to feel a hell of a lot better when it's over.
Oh, yes. Maybe
It's
in a couple weeks, but you'll
Yeah,
feel
it may take,
better.
well, sure, it may take some time, but
Right.
that's,
But,
again,
but it's
that was probably too easy of an answer. But yes, how is it going to think of it this way? I can
okay.
argue, and I don't have kids, so I'm the last guy you should ask about trying to get your kids to do something. But I can argue with my kids about cleaning their room or
Mm.
making things neat or doing the dishes afterwards. Or I might say something like, think of how good it will feel when you get home from school and your room is nice and neat and organized and you can find what you need when you're ready to go out and you can blah, blah. See,
Yeah.
I'm selling it. I'm selling it there.
Right. Yeah.
Did you
And
use that? Did you ever use that on your sons?
uh once or twice.
she, she can take the fifth on that one, right? We're not,
Stepping
no
back.
self-incrimination on that one. So yeah, okay. Well, it was a long time ago, and
Yes.
we're not going to worry about that. Number 6, about teaching people how to feel about you. Reframing flaws as features. And right,
Oh,
right, reframe flaw.
yeah.
The funniest I can remember this to like the day I saw it, and it was probably been 20 years ago when it was a TV commercial for somebody's pickup truck, and I don't know if it was Ford or a Chevy or a Dodge. It doesn't matter. But there were two cowboys out on the ranch, and the pickup truck, he like pulled a toolbox out, and it had a scratch or a something where he had bunked it. And it's a brand new truck. I mean, it's an ad for
Oh,
a brand new truck. And one of the guys went, "Oh, it's got a scratch on it or a scar on it or something like that." And the other cowboy turns to me and goes, "Yeah, the ladies like scars." Or
oh,
so, it was like, and again, reframe,
yeah.
scar, no, feature. Ladies like this.
Well, I like that scar.
There you go. What you perceive as a weakness may be seen differently with the right, wait for it, perspective. Vicky's favorite word.
My
What
favorite
you
word.
perceive as a weakness might be seen differently with the right perspective.
Yeah.
Example, being older can be reframed as experienced and dependable. I
Been
know.
around the block a lot.
I know. The key is to recast or reframe liabilities as strengths, allowing you to keep believing in yourself fully. There you go. That the believing in yourself. I'm not
Yes,
getting old. I am getting wiser, right?
I'm maturing.
I'm maturing. I
That will
go to
ever
get
happen
my
to me.
I know. I
Too
go to
much
get my hair
kid.
cut. It's almost haircut time this week. I go to get my hairs cut, and I will always tell the young lady, because I'm an old man and it's a college town. So the girls cutting your hair are probably 25 years old. So I always tell the young ladies, aim for the gray ones. Aim for the, like when you're cutting the hair, aim for the gray ones. And one little girl, I mean, obviously a well-practiced line. She said, "You mean those wisdom streaks?"
Oh,
And I went, "Whoa, big tip for you." I
yeah.
didn't say it out loud, but I'm like, see, she's already thought ahead in terms of reframing
Mm-hmm.
what the customer, yours truly, thought was a flaw. She's like, "Oh no, that's awesome. Great." I'm like, "Nice work. Nice work, girl. Nice
Yeah.
work, lady." So anyway,
Mhm.
I don't want to get sexist here. Nice work, person. All right, again, with a kind of a business slant, but not really. Number 7, don't chase non customers. And what he means is not everybody will buy. Remember, we talked about you are your own product?
Yes.
Not everybody is ready to buy your product. In other words, they are not ready to like or accept you, and that's normal. Not
Yep.
everybody is going to buy your product.
Mhm.
Their criticism or disinterest does not matter because they are not your audience.
Mm.
Focus instead on those who actually value what you offer. How huge is
Yes.
that?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
I've heard it 100 different ways. One of
Mm.
my favorite is, find your own tribe, go
Yeah.
where you are celebrated, not tolerated.
Oh, I
There
like
you go.
that.
All
Yeah.
right. You can
Yeah.
have that. You can use
Yeah.
that.
I like the celebrating. And then the tolerant is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of crunches you up a little bit. I like
Oh,
that.
how did that make you feel?
It
See?
was
How does
like,
it make
oh,
when you're like, go where you
boring.
are celebrating? Oh,
Yeah,
that
see that
feels
warm
nice.
feeling. And then when you said
Yes.
celebrate, it was like, oh, I could feel myself self like crunching up, like, ugh, you know.
Crunching up. That's like tinfoil. Arr,
Yeah,
crunch,
like
crunch, crunch.
tinfoil.
Last one, number 8. Confidence comes from, and this is another kind of interpersonal slash business idea. Confidence comes from owning the frame. Frame, what the heck does that mean, Bill? When you guide how others perceive you. In other words, I'm doing the work of setting myself up to you by the
Hmm.
way that I come across, by the way that I speak, by the way that I hold myself, the whole
Yeah,
thing. That
yeah,
now I'm creating kind of the frame of reference there.
right,
Shorten that to just frame. I'm creating
right.
that frame. When you guide others, how others perceive you through your self belief,
Hmm.
or ignoring the wrong advice and taking the good advice, you naturally project more confidence. This isn't about manipulation, but it is about teaching others the best way to understand you and how they experience you.
Yes, I like that. Yes, very much.
I do. I think
Yeah,
that's, to
this is
me,
great. Yeah. No, it is.
awesome.
I really enjoy it.
I'll
Yeah.
post that. In
Yeah.
essence, bottom line, people don't automatically know how to feel about you. You have to teach them. By
Hmm.
preparing, and again, think in terms of business, by preparing your presentation or your sales pitch in advance, by believing in yourself, reframing weaknesses, and focusing only on the right audience for yourself, you can
Yeah,
carry yourself with confidence in relationships and social interactions of all kinds.
that is awesome.
There you
Yes.
go. I know,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
I think, yeah. And again, this is something we talked about way, way, way back at the beginning of the show, that so many of us, eh, not so much of us of this generation perhaps, but of younger people are more concerned about how many likes is this going to get, how many thumbs up, how many hearts, how many whatever. And it's like you're not, so in other words, you're not really doing it for you, you're doing it for trying to get and grow a big audience or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that works online, but it doesn't work in real life.
Yeah, that's the difference in real life. You got to show up authentic. You've
Hmm.
got to show up with interest and, you know, just confidence in yourself.
Or what? What happens if I don't?
Well, you're going to get ignored. You're going to be bypassed. You're going to, shrink deeper, into yourself.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
and I did that for a long time. When I was younger, I didn't want to, show myself or share myself, because, I was, different. I was a little weird. And
That's okay.
yeah, and then it just got to the point of why am I hiding? Why don't I just be who I am? And, once I accepted this is who I am, things changed. I mean, I would get people walking up to me that I've never met and tell me their, confidences, like, and I'm like, they're going, do I really need to know all this? But they could feel the change in me that I had accepted who I am. This is me. I'm different. I'm
Hmm.
okay, and things just changed.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
It's
it's
interesting because I think I'm thinking back on that. I think I went the opposite direction, if that's even possible. I
Mhm.
think coming out of high school, going to college, I think I was, I'm not going to say a big mouth, but might have been. I might have been kind of
Well,
kind of loud and kind of somebody who had to jump into every conversation or whatever.
okay.
And I think over the years, well, obviously that was a long time ago. I think I finally got the message that you don't have to be a part of, you can pick and choose where you connect and where you
Mhm.
don't. All the things we just talked about
Right.
of
Yeah.
finding your audience, your tribe, your
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and making the impression there where it matters.
Yeah.
Whereas, I kind of had the feeling that I wanted everybody. Maybe that was from my radio days. I wonder if that's true. Because back in the radio days, you wanted everybody to like you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wanted everybody to know who you were.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm thinking maybe I think I've mellowed with age. If
And
that's
that's
possible.
part of it too, is as we get older, we get more confidence in ourselves and we're just like, okay, when we're younger, we're always, striving and
Right.
growing and, wanting to get where you get older, you get more laid back and you go, whatever, whatever happens, it's fine. I think
Yeah,
we
it's
get
funny but
tired,
true. It really is. It
but
really is.
yeah,
It's funny
yeah,
but true because I guess, in the immortal words of, boy, I am setting the Wayback Machine for the 70s today. In the immortal words of Dirty Harry, a man's got to know his limitations.
yes, yeah,
And I think as
and
we get
comfort
older,
zone.
men and women, I think
Mhm.
as we as men and women get older, we
Yeah,
limitations, I'm not sure if I like that word, but I think it is a matter of knowing where my energy will produce results and where I will be spitting into the wind. Boy, I'm just quoting these old rock and roll songs like nobody's business today. So
well, that's what you're trusting yourself. You're speaking of it. You're trusting yourself. You're
there you
going
go.
with the flow, and that's
Thank you, dear.
what we're to do.
Yes. Yes. So absolutely. I mean, when you get to a certain, and you can do it at any level, you can do it at
Yeah,
any age, whatever. It's just recognizing where you fit in, where you can make your contribution, where your opinion matters, and all obviously where it doesn't for any of all of that stuff.
right.
So just, it's like, all right, I could spend all day railing about something on, online or YouTube or whatever, and it's not going to make a darn bit of difference. But if, I'm at a party with friends and all that, and it's like they ask me about, oh, Bill, how do I do this thing with this my iPhone, or how about this other computer thing? All right, now my contribution is going to matter now because it's something I know about and they know me and they trust me with some IP with the ideas or the information that I give them. So yeah, there's again, know your audience.
And know who you are. You've got to know yourself. And
Boy,
you've
that now you're setting the Wayback Machine to about 2,000 years ago. But yes, yeah, ancient Greek philosophy. Know thyself.
know
Yes,
thyself.
yeah, but it
Very,
is true. It is
very
true.
important. Yeah.
Because when you do, then all these other things that we talked about kind of fall into line. If you know yourself, you know the impression you're going to make. We
Yes.
talked about first impressions matter.
Mhm.
We talked about assuming interest from others. It's like if I know who I am, I know who's going to be interested in this and who's not. Believe in your product, yourself, know yourself, all of that stuff. Selling, yeah, all of that, all of it matters. So yeah, I love that.
Absolutely. It all rolls into one.
All
Yeah,
does.
absolutely.
Vicky
Wow.
Wagner, we've come to the end of the hour again.
Oh, I
I
was just
know.
thinking, wow.
Flies by. It always does. It always does.
It feels like 15 minutes, you know?
Time flies whether you're having fun or not. It really does.
Oh, we always have fun. And
Yes, we do.
I feel for both of us, our purpose is to, share with others. Whatever you take from it, we're happy.
Yes.
We just are grateful that you listen in and, we give the best that we've got and, you know, invite you back again. So,
Look at you. What a great sales pitch. I love that. And how will I feel when I do that?
well, that's up to the person that's going to show up or not. So,
There you go.
hopefully we're doing our best to be entertaining and
Right, right.
have
You're going
information
to
and
Right.
guidance and
You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel
Mhm.
better about how you show up in the world.
Yes.
And I mean, that's not just today's show. That's kind of something we talk about every
Oh,
week, one way
all
or
the
another.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's
And,
great.
periodically look in the mirror and, say, hi there, best friend. Thanks for being who you are.
Right.
Honor
Right. It really
yourself.
matters.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very important that we know how to honor ourselves and we set our boundaries and, share what we have. People listen to it, it's wonderful. If not, well, we still
I,
share it anyway.
I, well, and again, that goes back to the thing that we talked about in terms of don't go after people who aren't your customer. I mean,
Yes.
that's the business part of it. But again, if you're sharing something and it's not landing with them, okay, then it's not for them.
Okay.
That's fine. But eventually you will find your group, your tribe, your whatever, and those people
Yeah.
will respond to you. And again, it's not like you're trying to be a coach or a leader or a king or whatever, but you do want to be among people who respect you and all that, and that you respect as well. So you have it both
Oh,
ways.
absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
If someone would like to talk to you a little bit more about this, about how they might get along better in this world, Miss Vicky, how would they get in touch with you?
They can call or text 239-248-0586 or email Vicky, Vicki, Wagner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
There you go. And if you would like more information about all things computer and keeping you safe
Yes.
online, go over to YouTube, do a search for Bill's iPhone tips there. Look for the guy in the red shirt. That's me. So I had a publicity photo taken and it's got this bright red shirt on. So that's how you know it's mine.
Awesome.
Thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it this week. As always, all of the things that we talked about, especially our contact information, is in the show notes wherever you're getting this, whether it's Apple Podcasts or Spotify or iTunes or whatever. Does iTunes? That's boy setting the Wayback Machine. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you see this, even online. All the contact information is in there, along with the notes for the article that we just talked about today about teaching people how to feel about you. So. It's going to do it for this week. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
I'm Vicki Wagner, and thank you for joining us. And remember to always be your own best friend.